One of the most underrated activities a business owner can do is think. Right? When's the last time you guys spent an hour thinking about a problem? No, I'm not. I'm like, this is like 1 solid hour without doing anything other, maybe a yellow pad, a pen, and just think about how to solve a problem. Can I give you the hint? That is one of the things you have to do. I do it at least twice a week. Right, so that's 2 hours a week, and that's as much as I can get. But thinking is just hugely important. Right? If you want to get stuff done, you've actually got to think about stuff. Now, I'm a pen and pad sort of person, so I just scribble notes. So none of this sort of fancy computer laptop stuff and all the rest of it. It doesn't need to be formatted. I don't know about you, but do you guys open up a Word document and you start writing stuff, and then you start, all right, I'm going to make that the heading, and I'm going to make that the subheading, and you start formatting before you've written it down? Or is that just me? No. You've got to start and put stuff, just, do it in writing, but just think. So what I've got a series of questions that are, if ever there's a problem at work, which is, daily. Let's face it, we're in business, which means we solve problems. And what you want in a business is you don't want small problems, you want big ones. Right? The bigger the problem, the bigger thing, bigger breakthroughs you're going to have. So I've got a series of about 114 questions that I can just, if I'm stuck, I can look at one of those questions, and that question can help unthought, get some stuff that's maybe in the back of here out. Why is questions important? What is... Yeah, like, how old are you? What just happened? How tall am I? Your brain just, it can't help it, can it? Your brain is a problem-solving mechanism. I don't know if it was, who was the cybernetic? Some guy wrote the book about that. Maxwell Maltz, right. So there was a lot of good thinking in there, right? But thinking is the process of asking questions. Is it not? It's nothing more complex than that. Now, here, just to preface it a little bit, the single biggest problem in businesses and why businesses don't grow, do you know what that would be? Yeah, I reckon it's definitely the owner, is because people don't tell the truth. So the reason you're not growing is because you are lying to yourself. You are not asking yourself the right questions. You are thinking that you are better than you are, or that things aren't happening the way they actually are. You're not telling the truth. You're not facing reality. If you face reality, you start asking questions to try and solve those problems. So what you're doing is you're trying to solve the problems that aren't, as opposed to the ones that are. That make sense? So I'm going to give you, I've got 4 questions, right? So we're going to do this as an individual exercise, and we're going to probably take about the next 20 minutes. So 5 minutes per question for you to just solve that question. Then I'm going to give you a tool that I use with all my teams that is the best tool I've ever seen in business for solving problems. And then I'm going to get you to team up, and I already noticed there's an odd number, so we'll work that out later. And I'll get you to be consultants with each other and actually solve one of the questions that you looked at. Is that fair? Okay, so you might want to write I'll give you all 4 questions first, okay? And then I'm just going to let you do the work. So the first question, how big would my business be? How big would my business be if I still had every customer? How big would my business be if I still had every customer who ever tried me? How big would my business be if I still had every customer who ever tried me? Okay? Now these are, by the way, these are deep questions. These are not simple questions. These ones will require thinking. So the second part of that first question, right, is what can I do to keep the customers I currently have? What can I do to keep the customers I currently have? Has everyone got that first one? Okay, second question. If I could no longer advertise or prospect, if I could no longer advertise or prospect, what would I need to do to sell by referral only? If I could no longer advertise or prospect, what would I need to do to sell by referral only? Now that's a deep question too, isn't it? Okay, here's question number 3. Where are we confusing activity with production? And what I mean by that, production, I mean your outcomes. What are you actually trying to do in the business? So where are we confusing activity with production? Everyone have that one? Yep. Okay, last question. Where have we compromised on the trade-offs? Where have we compromised on the trade-offs necessary for my business to deliver our value proposition? Where have we compromised on the trade-offs necessary for my business to deliver on our value proposition?